Welcome back. I'm just
Oh my
playing.
God.
Just playing. Welcome back to the Studio Source. It's your girl, Kay, and it is
Dylan.
And we are back to record episode 7 with the Sawcast podcast, Aerial and Stevo.
Sibling duo extraordinaire.
And we already did it, actually. Y'all know we either record our intro before or after. Today we're doing it after.
We like doing it after.
What do you think about it? What did you think about the interview?
I had fun.
Yeah.
They are a card and a half together.
Yeah.
They've got that sibling dynamic I can vibe with. They've got those opinions and the way that they give them. Very straightforward, very easy to digest.
Yeah. You get to see the strength in that brother-sister relationship, like the older sister, younger brother, but coming together. Because I don't know, I always feel this connotation that siblings aren't close. I don't know. To see close siblings.
It has felt like that recently.
Yeah.
But also it could be the thing of when you're still growing up with them, you want nothing more but to just leave me alone.
Yeah.
But when you finally leave the nest and you're like, oh, I'm an adult now, I can have this relationship without, external factors, you become more locked in, which I look forward to.
Yeah.
Personally.
Y'all haven't got there yet?
There are glimpse pieces. I'll take them out for dinner or whatever, and we'll have those moments. But when we're back in the house, it's like, just leave me alone. Get away from me.
Me and my brother have gotten there. It's kind of weird because he told me to read his messages the other day. And there was something I did not like in there. And it's like scorched in my brain now. So that's a consequence of being close.
Yeah.
Consequence of being close. But all in all, I really enjoyed the episode 2. Getting to know them because we have about 30 podcasters at Hello Studios. We don't always get to know who they are. So
yeah, and sometimes when we do get to know them, they're not as cool as these folks were.
Hot take.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sawcast. Look out for them. Check them out later, and into the episode.
Hello.
Afternoon.
We've got
Stevo.
And Ariel.
Yes,
here
yes.
on episode 7.
Episode 7.
Lucky
of
number
Studio
7.
Source. How are y'all doing today?
We doing pretty good. We're excited. How are you guys?
We're good.
Good.
We're making it work.
Yeah.
We don't normally see you guys in this capacity. Normally it's,
Right.
Assisting us and helping us. So it's
Now
cool to be on you guys' world for once.
Now we get to talk. Now we get to be
Right.
friends.
You know what I'm saying?
We like it too. This is our playground away from work.
Yeah.
Okay.
While we're at work. So
Yeah, that's a cool.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us a little bit about y'all. I mean, obviously you're here on Studio Source because you got something to show us. What have you
and
got?
you're one of our podcasters at
Yes,
Hello
we are.
Studios.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go ahead.
Because we yappers. So my name is Ariel. This is Stevo. We're siblings. We started the Sawcast. It's a podcast where we talk about current events, financial literacy, stuff like that. We want to make education for our community. We want to make it entertaining. So we want to make it fun. We want to make it, lit. So that's why we started the podcast. Of course, we started the podcast just yapping. It was like, we're going to start a podcast. I was just talking crazy. So yeah, we've been doing it since 2018. We was not consistent. And I think maybe like a year ago, we was like, we about to be more I wouldn't even say a year ago. It's probably like November. We said about to be more consistent.
About
So then
2.5,
I was like
3.5 months. Yeah.
Yeah, our issue was, for me, Steven didn't think it was an issue, but I was like, I think we don't look as professional as I want us to look.
Yeah.
So then I came and found Hello Studios, and they had the perfect room for us, and I was like, yes. So now all we had to do, come in and sit down. If you don't know, Hello Studios is lit. All you gotta do is come and sit down, do your podcast, leave. They send you the video. So that's amazing. So and then they got editing, stuff like that. But I like editing just because it's fun.
Yeah.
But they always give me tips, which they probably shouldn't. But they just like, hey, you should.
No, we love.
Y'all always
tips.
just give me tips all the time.
We're teachers,
Sometimes.
So cool.
students and teachers.
Right.
So yeah, it just makes it so much easier to just come in. Like at first we was like doing it at home, like putting up a background and everything. And it's fine, it looks okay. But here it's like more professional, it's like for real. And people take us more seriously because of Hello Studio. So
I love that.
yeah.
Thanks for the commercial.
I know, right?
right.
You know.
Facts. Yeah, and this your boy Stevo. You know, if y'all don't know, the more chill half of the Sawcast. Like she said, we started. We was just kicking flavor on the couch like we doing now. Yeah. But it was with the fam, and we just consistently was having like topics that we kept bringing up that were kind of current events, and that were just think pieces. So then we just went from there and said like, what we gonna do with it? How we gonna structure it? And then we just said like relevant topics like financial literacy, things of that nature are kind of what we focus on as well. And I honestly like it. One of the best things about it for me is that I get to learn about my guests. Like even family and friends that come on, like we don't have those conversations anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's the part that keeps me going with the podcast, is that I get to learn more and I get to grow more. So yeah. That's
Yeah, a lot
Steve-O
of
in a
our guests
nutshell.
come on and talk about like the professional things that they do.
Yeah.
Like, so, with your friends, like we gotta know what our friends do, but like going into depth on like, why did you become that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? And also showing people that in our community that it's more to just, being Black and being like, you don't have to be a basketball player and all that to be successful. You could be an accountant. We've had accountants, we've had what?
Our friend with 17 jobs on there.
I know,
She
yeah.
do a little bit of everything.
And then sometimes we'll have like different topics like
budgeting. We had the budgeting. We
budgeting,
had the debt paying
like
off.
okay, so like when we try to
Yeah.
when we learn some information and stuff that we've actually used to help us, then we'll make a podcast about it and try to put it in some like easy terms for people to understand.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Well,
Well,
speaking of,
sure.
business, professional life, y'all are in tech.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are tech. Yes.
Is that money driven or passion driven?
Good question? You want to go first?
So yeah, I go first on that. For me, honestly, it's a little bit of both. Because like I said, I like learning, and then like technology is like here. It's not going anywhere, and it's challenging, right? So you always got something to do. It's always something else to learn, and I think that's the reason why I went to IT. And then also, when I was younger, for sure, I definitely looked it up with the money tip. I was like, you can make a little bread and be cool. So I did it on that
More than
aspect
cool.
as well. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Comfortable. You can be comfortable. So that's kind of where I went about that with IT. And then now it's kind of like adjusting to the times and kind of updating like what's relevant now and then going towards that. So yeah.
For me, IT was definitely at first when I first went to college, I wanted to do business only, but then I started looking at the aspects like that was like 10, 15 years ago. They was like, you probably won't make as much money just doing business alone.
Yeah.
So I was like problem solving, and so I found out that that's basically what IT was, and I love IT. I like gadgets and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So that's why I ended up doing IT, but I always had like a certificate in business. So yeah, I got my my bachelor's in IT, and then I went and got my master's in business because I still had that business in me. But and then with IT and business is like hand in hand. Like you can't really. And then I make a lot of in my career, a lot of things that I do is like make my all the businesses that I work with, I make their lives easier with IT. So that was just merging them together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Do people know that y'all are siblings? Do y'all get that?
Man.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Okay,
I think we look alike. I think we
She's
both.
older.
To me, I be like we orange.
She's older.
So like I'm like we the same
can
kind
see
of
the
color.
orange, yeah.
Yeah.
Orange, red.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I'm like
talking
we got the same type
a
of
little bit
color.
more red because the sun been out a little bit.
Yeah, so people normally don't. Sometimes I try to throw out there, hey brother.
She always says, brother. I'm like, yeah, sis.
But when people are together, they say y'all starting to look alike. So I don't even think like
That's girl.
they don't even make the difference in there. So I mean, I get that with my brother too, because
Oh,
he's
okay.
like 4 years younger than me. But when we go out to a restaurant, it's like iffy. I'm like, y'all are like.
Yeah, we don't do weird. We don't
Yeah.
do stuff to
We don't
touch
even
each other.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, we like
Weird.
sit. I don't know.
So
We've
I
always
gather they don't get it. They don't get that you're siblings.
No.
Sometimes no,
Yeah.
no.
A lot of times, no. A lot of times.
And we are like 2 years apart. So.
Yeah. It's funny because
Yeah.
I found out you call him your baby brother.
Yes.
And he does not like that.
No, I call him my little baby brother, and my friends every time I introduce him, they be like, "How many siblings you got?" I'm like, "I got a little baby brother." They be like, "How old is he?" I'm like, 30. Like, all right, that's not your little baby
Expecting
brother.
like a young kid.
Man, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
It's a little
so.
7-year-old here.
But when you get around us, you see the dynamic, and I think that's the big thing with our
Yeah.
podcast too, is that we like to show the sibling dynamic of it, so that y'all can see that we don't want y'all to think we
No,
nothing but siblings.
uptight or
That's my
anything,
little brother.
Yeah.
They'll get
Yeah.
it soon enough. And the people who, watch consistently, they know. So
Yeah, for sure.
Sawcast though.
Yeah.
Where did y'all get that name? How did y'all get that? How did y'all come up with that? And
Okay.
show us
The
your
acronym.
merch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
an
the merch
acronym,
brand
so-
today, huh?
Yeah,
For
yeah. You know, we
sure.
gotta be in unison.
So
You know.
the Sawcast was originally Steven, Aerial, and Wayne. Wayne is
wow.
actually our cousin.
Yeah.
Who
that was
grew up
raised
with
like
us.
our
He's
brother.
like a brother
Yeah.
to us. He just wasn't like into like being consistent stuff like that. He got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So and he was younger. So he's like, when you're younger, when we were younger, we wasn't even consistent. We just got super consistent.
Yeah.
So like and when it was time to like, build the brand and stuff like that, he wasn't in it. So we had to keep moving, but that's where it came from. But we
Yeah.
still like to incorporate him whenever he wants to come on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And keep him in the mix. And then whatever,
Shout out to
whenever.
Wayne.
Yeah, shout out to
Shout
Wayne.
out to Wayne. Shout out
So
to
whenever
Wayne.
he ready to come back, he can always come back to
I
me.
love that because I didn't know what it meant. I thought
Yeah.
I was thinking like song,
Right.
but y'all don't talk about
Acronym.
anything scary, so it
Nah.
can't be that.
And then
Yeah, that's
Sawcast, and then also with it, Sawcast is our version of a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Because it was Steven, Ariel, and Wayne's version of a podcast. So it's Sawcast. So whatever we want to talk about, whatever we feel like is relevant based off of what we see in our environment and what we know people need to hear and listen to and things of that nature as well.
And I
So,
think that even though I think one thing we want like to show is like even though we all three grew up similarly and together, we're all three had different perspectives, and
Yeah.
so that's what we were kind of showing. And obviously with the logo, that kind of shows that as well. It was three of us, so we had three. We still got the three.
we was we all had
Yeah,
the
the pandas, each
the
panda
panda each was
recognize-
one of us. It stood for one of us.
In our
Yeah.
issue with each one of us, one of us talk too crazy, one of us
Oh,
don't hear too
wow.
much.
Okay.
One of
Yeah.
us don't
see.
really
Yeah,
recognize
yeah.
the signs.
Hear no evil.
So
Yeah.
that's how we played on
Speak no
it.
evil,
Yeah, it was
you know,
based on our personalities too.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
that's
very
cool.
creative.
Right, when you
Yeah.
explain it, it's a little different now.
Yeah.
I
Right,
love
people
that.
know a little something.
Yeah,
now.
appreciate
Yeah,
you
because
asking
even
us that.
the pandas, they look a little scary, but like when you tell me what it actually means, I get it.
Yeah.
It's not Saul, y'all. It's Stevo,
No,
Ariel,
do you
and
want to play a
Wayne.
Yep.
game? None
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, y'all touched on it for like half a second there. You talk about a lot of, like a very wide range of things in your show. The description that I pulled right off the internet is hip hop culture, sports, financial literacy.
Right.
Wild, right out of left field kind of thing. But which one is your favorite topic to prep for or to speak about?
And why did y'all decide to put all that together in one podcast?
Yeah. So, what's our favorite one? You would think, Steven? I know what yours is.
Mine definitely is financial literacy because I feel like a lot of people lacking.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
don't know nothing and they pay more attention
They
to.
don't know nothing.
For real, nah. You'd be surprised how many people don't know nothing. Like,
Yeah.
and then they're just going through the same rat race, right? So I feel like that's important because that's the most fun for me. Because learning that, I was like, wow, like I'm like, it's really not that hard and complicated. But I think people overcomplicate it because they rather listen to something about sports or about gossip or about what this person has done or oh my God, this is a little bad news. I'm like, well, what about your finances? You can control that more than anything. So
What about your retirement fund?
Right.
they don't even know about that. Oh, and if they have a retirement fund, they don't even know what it invested in or what kind of retirement fund they have. So I just think that's most important for me, and that's the funnest to prepare for because I'm learning more, and I like to learn. And when I learn, I like to help people out.
Yeah.
So some people, want to listen, but some of them it's like, whoa, like I mean, I'd rather do what I'm doing now. So
Yeah, okay. So I grew up on like Oprah and stuff like that. So my favorite ones is like when we first started doing a podcast, we were just doing like current events. Like we'll have like 10 current events for the week and talk about that. But then I started introducing the mini cast, which was like specific on a topic. So like cheating, we did like African Americans versus Africans. Mother's Day, like baby daddy, stuff like that.
The poly
so
one
like
that we just had.
The poly one.
I am the problem about the relationship.
Those,
the issues.
So like the specific ones on the topics, those would be fun because we get to bring our friends on sometimes or people we know and really get to know them because like the poly one was really nice where it's one of our friends and she's in a poly relationship and she preferred to be with another girl and a guy. She preferred that relationship. So it was like interesting to hear why she preferred that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that she doesn't just talk about on a regular basis.
Wasn't she isn't she like mental health? Like
yeah, she's a mental health advocate and everything. So I thought it was so
she
fun.
Explained it very properly.
And honestly, those are the ones that get the most listens.
Yeah,
so
that's a hot
yeah,
topic right now.
Right.
Vaguely controversial.
Wait, what did she say?
What you mean?
Give us a recap.
Oh,
She said she gave her opinion or why she does it, why she chooses that.
So
she wanted
just a curious person.
That, but I think she said that she wants to be free. So she feels like when you have a man, like they're very needy and they need a lot of your attention. True. And she wants to be able to do what she wants to do. And while she's doing what she wants to do, she wants him to be occupied.
She's got a babysitter.
And then when she's ready for him, basically. And then when she's ready for him, she'll bring him back in.
And then she also liked the team aspect of it because she said she would go ahead and support and, go to the games and stuff like that.
If she did a team, she would rather be with a woman versus another man being there. She'd rather be two women teaming up versus another man being in the mix.
Okay, well,
it's interesting.
It's, very personality driven.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and also curiosity driven. So
yeah,
for sure.
So
Definitely.
We didn't really know when we were first doing it, we didn't know exactly where we wanted to go. Yeah. So that's what we trying to figure out, what our audience like. So we okay, they do like the little mini casts and stuff like that. But sometimes we don't have mini casts to do. So it will talk about something that we learned. And then a lot of people take a lot from that because we did one where it was on the military, the Air Force. A lot of people took a lot of information for that because it was tied into the Sawcast, which we are technology people, but also the military. So and it wasn't the Air Force is non-combative and stuff like that. So if we did the military, we would probably do the Air Force. So we had somebody coming for the Air Force. So we try to tie it back to us. But at first it was just trying to figure out what do y'all want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Which I gonna watch.
And it turns out they like all of that.
They do actually, but
But it's also they also everybody likes something different. So it's okay, dropping this for this person, these people, but then it's also keeping it interesting because you don't want to drop too much information and then it get boring for them.
Yeah.
And we want to pull people in, new people.
Right, new people.
And you're hitting all these niches that
I know.
At some point you'll pick up a different audience every other day. Yeah.
I know, but yeah, we try to pick our audience out of that group, our audience out the military group, our audience out of the the poly group. You know what I'm saying, and then get all of our community together of people with like-minded minds. Because normally when they watch it, even if it's something random, like a poly or something like that, they still our community from the poly will still continue to watch it. Yeah. So that's what we try to do. Try to build it. We try to build our audience.
You're doing the right thing. That's
Thank
exactly
y'all.
what's
Appreciate
supposed to happen on the different topics. They're coming in and staying. So that means that y'all are captivating them. So
yeah.
Great job.
Thanks, y'all.
Appreciate it.
So very interesting because a lot of people wouldn't do this right here. But Ariel, you lived in California, and you would come back every month.
I'm dedicated
and record the podcast in an effort to be consistent, which is something y'all are trying to get better at. How was that? How did y'all maintain y'all's posting schedule and the time management of it all? Can y'all give us any tips?
Sure.
For the audience.
So I'll talk about that. Well, I kind of say that I'm here I was here in California. California was just for job when they want me to see me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there. But it honestly, it was am I going to be, do I want to be for real? Am I serious about my business? And if I'm serious, I'm going to put that work in for my business. And it's it's a lot of things I could be spending my money on, but I'd rather spend it here. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you guys did like Hell Studios made it easier for me to come in and do what I got to do. And then on top of that, like the time span, like we was able to do a few of them every time we come. If we go, if we prepare, which we always do, we can do maybe like 2 in a lot of time that you guys give us. So like, you know what I'm saying? We can. So we do it every 2 weeks, and we talk to you guys about like maybe it might benefit us to start doing weekly or something like that. So now y'all see that I moved back, but yeah. If I wanna be serious, then I gotta be serious.
That's true dedication, girl.
Lock
Yeah,
in.
I'll tell y'all
planning,
this.
plan.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all this. She's always grabbed the bull by the horns. You know what I'm saying? So she's been
Well, that's that
the
older
one.
sister mentality.
Right. She's kind of spearheaded a lot of things, and she's kind of like a change maker in the family, right? She opens up the mind and expands it because she does the stuff that a lot of people not even think about. Because from back home, like we from Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and like that's a small city, and people's minds are small. So she had a lot of these ideas, and at one point in time, my mind was small too, and I'd be like, bro, what? And then after a while, I'm like, hold on, y'all should probably pay attention to what she's doing because she know what she's doing.
Yeah.
And honestly, when it came to the consistency and her flying back in, I was over the cast. I ain't gonna cap to y'all. I was over. I was like, shit, I'm done with it. I'm like, fuck it, bro. We ain't really consistent. Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
It don't matter. She was like, nah, bro, we gonna do it. I'm gonna come in town every month. We gonna knock it out. I said, you for real? She was like, yeah. And then after I seen her, then I started getting more serious about my role. And then we just started bouncing ideas off of each other. And then after she was out there, she was like, oh, well, I ain't really fucking with it out here like that for real. And then she like, I'm moved back. And then now that's when, we here now. She moving back, so we might even, like she said, might even go weekly now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right, yeah, it's a lot of opportunities now that we're centrally together. We actually just like edited something together when I was showing you how to edit and everything.
Yeah.
It was crazy because it's like when you got too many editors in the mix, it's like y'all know
Things get
But we
yeah.
both, okay, so
but
she,
it was
what
fun,
you
though.
always say?
What?
You efficiency and I'm quality.
Yeah.
So I was quality,
Like,
and then she was like, "No, let's just get through it."
I'm like, we need to get it done so it can go out on Tuesday.
Right. For sure. And I was like,
So,
nah,
yeah.
we got to
Audience
let's
is
do this
okay.
this way. But it was my first time sitting in with her. But I was like, okay, we're gonna have more sessions like that. So yeah, I was looking
Have y'all
forward to that.
considered doing efficiency and then sending it over for quality and then posting?
Oh my God.
Ooh.
You took 6 to another level.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. But then again, I ain't gonna lie. The older sister, I'm a little controlling.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be like, it's good enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to look at it. But nah. I guess we kind of do that because Steven is in charge of the marketing. So like every clip, stuff like that, our social media stuff like that, everything and he posts them every day. So he has to go through it and watch it and pull the clips. So the things that he actually likes and stands out to him, I can pick up on, and then I can put that into my editing next time. But I'm scared of that part because I'm like, I'm still in control.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let go.
I know. That's why I ain't let nobody edit yet.
But the more and more that I show her that I can do it, the more she'll trust me. So if she does that, it's just she's definitely a actual factual type of person. So it's like if you show me you can do it, then I'll trust you. But you got to show me first. So.
And she has. I did like how you gave her flowers a little bit.
Oh, so
no,
nice.
I always do that. I always do that because I gotta tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like, and then that's a thing too. I feel like sometimes we don't always tell about the cast because we so busy trying to
get your information out there.
Get the information out. Sometimes they don't just know us. Yeah. So I like the fact that y'all did interview us because I'm like, damn, like people they actually gonna get to know us now because we just be doing topics and things like that, and they might not get to know us for real. So.
Y'all handle more complex topics too. Politics, sports, educational, financial literacy.
The polyamory.
Polyamory. Controversial stuff.
Crazy.
You take these very advanced topics, dumb them down, for lack of a better term, so that anyone can understand it. How do you make sure that everything is still accessible to your audience? That you're not shooting above their heads while you're trying to explain it to them?
They talk to us.
Yeah.
So when they repeat, like I was just chilling with some friends the other day, and they was repeating what we said on the cast.
Oh wow!
So I was like, we're getting there. So that's how, just off the people. Like, they tell us, and then, like, sometimes I might even ask them, hey, hey, you this and that. And then if we can have a conversation about it, I'm like, okay. And then I honestly like to break things down in detail anyway, because at one point in time, I didn't know it. So if I didn't know it, then I'm trying to break it down to somebody who might not know it as well. And so, like, just simplifying it, right? Talking to them like this, not talking over their head and some super duper terminology that they don't understand. Nah. It's like, look, you should save, you should invest, you should allocate this much to your investments, this much to your saving. If you keep it simple, the people gonna get it.
Yeah.
And the complex people, we go a little detail, a little bit more. So if people need a little bit more complex, they can get that as well. But that's how we do it. We just say, you know what, let's just keep it simple. Then we talk to the people, they talk to us back, and they repeat what we said. So
I love that.
Yeah, in our audience, we can see them making changes in their life too. Like, we can see them going to school and like passing class, getting associate's degrees. We can see a lot of stuff since we started the podcast, because we bringing it down to where they can understand it. And also, in our jobs, that's one thing we have to do is bring. Like, when I'm talking to the business, they don't understand this technical stuff. I used to be a developer. They don't. So I'm talking to the developers. I know what they talking about. But the business ain't going to know what the developers talking about. And they don't really like talking to the developers and stuff like that. So that's really where I come in at, and I can bridge the gap. So I do that at work all the time, bringing it down just so they can understand it. And just sometimes not even bringing it down, just changing the terminology.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is the terminology that they use. And it means the same thing as what the developer's saying, but he just using this crazy term like nobody heard.
You just have to explain it with different words.
That's all.
Yeah.
And it's not hard at all.
Yeah.
They get it.
I love that, because y'all can capture the minds of everyone.
That was an issue we were seeing, and that's really one reason why we started the podcast, is that, politics, CNN, stuff like that, they be talking over people's heads. I think that's what happened with the last probably couple elections, was that they were talking over some people's heads, not including some people in things, because they deem them not as intelligent, they don't understand things. And it's like, we gotta talk to them too. We just gotta get somebody maybe that looks like them, and get them to communicate with them the way that they can understand it and grasp it, so that they can be like, oh, okay. Because I think a lot of people were seeing some changes that's going on right now, and they like, huh? I don't know. And it's like, we been told y'all that, but it's like the way y'all telling them, they didn't get it.
Yeah.
So it's important.
And when you start dumbing things down like that, like, dumbing them is not really the term that I should
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Simplifying.
Yeah.
Simplifying.
Yeah.
Simplifying.
Everybody like,
things
use
more.
different terms.
Not to insult
canceled.
anybody.
Right,
Yeah,
you're
I'm gone now.
canceled. That one's out of here.
Oh my god. When you start simplifying things like that, you realize that these people aren't really saying anything anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking in
Bruh.
circles and circles and circles. And
But
the next
they
thing
use
you
that
know.
terminology.
Yeah, because it make them look smarter. And it's like, we are smart. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing IT for 13 years. I have a master's and everything, but I'm contractors and stuff like that. People seek me out to help them.
Yeah.
But like, at the end of the day, it's like, that's why I'll come on here with my tattoos out, stuff like that. I want people to look at me and be like, oh, she really is one of us. And I did come from that environment and stuff like that. So I want people to see us and understand that we one of y'all. But also, like, I had to do that for me to get it.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand that.
Yeah.
That's really why I got my master's, because I was in my business meetings talking to business people, and I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
So I had to go to get my master's and be like, oh, this is what y'all talking about. And like you said, it's not even that. It's not high level stuff. A lot of stuff in the world ain't even high level stuff. They used to be putting them terms on there to deter people from trying to get there. And it's like, we want to show them that it's possible to get there. So
No, y'all are doing great work. Love
appreciate that.
I just love the explanation behind it, because I would see y'all. Y'all have been consistent. You have not missed a month. So that's
We
great.
try.
So I would see y'all and not really, so I love getting to know y'all like this. I want to hear a hot take from both of you of a topic that you're hoping to discuss soon on your podcast.
Steve, you got something?
I don't know. That's hoping to discuss soon.
It was poly, but I got that off the list.
Honestly, I'll just tell you the one that I'm looking forward to that we recorded already is the corporate one.
Corporate
Corporate one. Yeah, just being in corporate. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it? Because you don't normally hear that. You know what I'm saying? From people that's actually telling you realistically how it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that one. But for one, I don't know. I don't know for one coming up. I don't know. I don't know.
Ariel?
Yeah, I want to do like, like y'all know I like to do the mini. Well, that's where we started the mini cats and cheating and stuff like that. But I want to revisit like I'll probably get somebody that's trans on at some point just because I like to do things that I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's something that goes on just in our community, they don't be talking about that type of stuff. So like getting somebody on there, like they cool, like they just them. You know what I'm saying? And getting people to understand stuff like that. I want to get somebody like real, like up there in Dallas, like on there, maybe the governor. So I don't know, something like that. Like I'm planning on when I get here going to networking events and getting out there and really connected with the movers and shakers in Dallas so that we can get people in here that's like up there. So I'm trying to get me some. I'm trying to get me some people.
A lot of opportunities.
And y'all will.
Some investment
Keep
bankers.
it going.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm back to the social tips, so I'll probably have some people for us in the next few months. So
Nice.
For sure.
Is Jasmine Crockett on this list though? Because I really need her to come down and like
Oh
talk.
my
no,
God.
for sure.
Please.
Yeah.
I would love her. I would love Michelle Obama. I would love, Stacey. I forgot her. Stacey Abrams. Like, cause I remember Stacey Abrams had she had that thing where she didn't get elected when she was one for re-election. She didn't get elected. So like asking her how she feel about that, like real stuff.
She's still working.
Yeah, she is. Yep. So stuff like that, like being a Black woman in that space, it's kind of strong space. Yeah. So Obama. I don't know.
Reaching
We
for
gonna
the
get there.
stars.
Hey, I
For
swear.
real,
I
for
can just see
real.
him being just so tired. He doesn't even care about a filter anymore. He's just here to talk and get it off his chest.
I love that. As he gets older, he's gonna
He
start
doesn't
spilling
care.
stuff.
For sure. On accident.
Right.
On
He's like, I
purpose.
don't want nothing to do with the White House anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah, they're over there making shows on Netflix.
Oh my
Seen
Y'all
God.
know
that
Later
once.
Daters? That's made by them.
Didn't know that.
Produced by them. Later
Didn't know
Daters.
that.
on
Oh
Netflix.
yeah,
I
they
didn't
had
know
made a
that.
movie too.
Yeah,
I
seen that
really
movie.
liked.
Yeah, that movie was
I forgot what
crazy.
it's called, but it was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
they're
was
just having
crazy.
fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're lit over there.
They scared-
I think Michelle got a podcast too
She do.
with her brother.
Oh,
Yeah, she has one. Yeah,
I
Wow.
had no idea.
Didn't know that.
right.
either.
Look at y'all.
She put us on.
We teaching those
Newsflash.
studios too.
Newsflash.
We've got a game for y'all,
Okay.
Uh-oh.
which I think we might just have to take turns back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not for points. It's just for opinions. So if you
We like it.
if you get into it, it's just some sibling rivalry.
Uh-oh.
Rapid fire. 5 questions for you. First one. Try not to think about it too much. I mean, like, seriously.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
she's answering or I'm answering?
At the same time.
Yeah.
At the same time? Okay.
And then
Oh,
we'll hash it
goodness.
out. If we need to hash it out.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
First one. Who's the GOAT? MJ or LeBron?
It's MJ.
Too slow.
MJ.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
MJ.
not on Team LeBron. I mean, we love LeBron.
Yeah, MJ.
We
though.
understand. We was just talking about this
Yeah,
on one of the podcasts. We love LeBron. LeBron is just like that dude, but
He's
he ain't
amazing.
better than MJ.
Yeah, MJ and MJ the bros. So
Our second one. What's one political myth you wish people would stop believing?
Take turns.
I don't know. That's
One political myth you wish they stop believing? I wish they would stop believing in MAGA.
ooh.
Stop believing in that.
Because that's
Let
definitely a
it
myth.
go. That's not. They don't like y'all.
Yeah.
None of what they said is going to work for y'all.
Yeah.
So stop believing in it.
Yeah.
Let it go. Figure out what you believe in
Yeah.
and find the people who actually believe in that.
Yeah.
Don't. They.
Yeah, I know.
It's a cult.
I know it's culty.
Facts. It is. It is.
Yeah, because you're not getting anything out of it
Yeah.
and you're still following it.
Yeah.
Like what?
And actively
Like,
against.
what are you
What are you
getting out
doing?
of
You're
it?
not getting
anything
anything
out of
out
it.
of it.
You're actually getting everything taken from you right now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's actively
Facts.
against
You're taking
everything that
everything.
makes for a good life.
Yeah, why would you want to be a part of a political group that is taking your job politically? Like you're in government, they're taking your job. Why would you want to deal with
Oh,
them?
I got one. To think that they're different, that the branches are different, because they're just two birds. I mean, two wings on the same bird. That's it. So I want people to get off of that. Like,
Oh, you talk about Democrat?
Yeah, Democrat.
Oh, you mean this?
Republican.
You mean this? Okay.
Because when you
Yeah.
said branches.
Right. The branches is like
Was it checks and
traditional.
balances?
I meant two wings of the same bird.
You
That's what I
mean-
meant to say.
you mean
no, the
the-
Democrats and the
What is
Republicans.
it?
I said what I said.
It's called something.
The parties.
Yes, parties.
Yeah, the
There we go.
parties.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
But it's still the two wings.
Yeah,
Same
we know what you're
bird.
saying now.
Once
Yeah.
upon a time, they were the same party.
Yeah.
True.
But they do
We're
want different things.
They're doing the
Yeah.
same thing in different ways.
That's the problem because we're told that they want different things now because of how they're going about it.
See what I'm saying?
But they do, though. Liberals are like,
Technically.
Everyone wants to save money. Everyone wants you to have rights. But then we get to the far left and the far right.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that we're
Truth.
focusing too much on.
yeah.
Facts.
Which is not technically, whatever.
I
Right.
think liberals
I
are.
hate getting into politics.
but yeah, but liberals are conservative too. Like they act like
They
liberals,
are, yeah.
They like guns and they want to get married and have kids too.
It only comes down when people are making like their own
Yeah.
life choices where
yeah.
you know the two sides don't
Or
agree.
Suddenly, it's
which
everyone's opinion.
It's
Facts.
right. We have to do what's best for the majority. We cannot do what we like and what we think. And no, that's not how America's supposed to work.
But it's good
Yeah.
for the media. So
Depends
we
on
don't
the
want
media.
it. We
Okay.
don't want that kind of media.
The media's been sucking lately anyway, so
Yeah.
that's why we here trying to do our thing at Hello Studios because
Yeah.
Shout into the
we trying to do some better
Right,
media.
right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay, our third one. If you had to podcast from anywhere in the world for a month, where would you go?
DR, Dominican Republic.
Why?
Just because we just went there and I liked it.
Okay, cool.
I would probably do LA only because it's just a whole lot of people I could probably interview in a short amount of period
Yeah,
of
you
time.
could grab someone off
boom,
the
boom, boom,
street.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
I could probably have all of them for the whole year already done. It's
Yeah.
just the efficiency in my head. Like, I could just do all my podcasts for the year and be done.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
No, for real.
Yeah.
So many creatives out there
I know. Just do it
that
real
want to
quick.
be on the camera.
Any camera. That was
Practically
easy.
throwing themselves at it, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's one phrase or saying that you think perfectly sums up your life?
Lit.
Perfect. Put that on a t-shirt.
It's lit.
One phrase or saying. It gets great. It gets greater later.
Cool.
Oh, I like that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why you say that, Steve-O? Dang, I'm asking questions on your podcast.
Because it's gotten better as we gotten older.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. And then our last one. If Sawcast had a signature drink, what would be it?
It'd be Don Julio for sure.
Yeah, it'll be the hooli.
We love Don Julio.
What's
Yeah,
the
margarita.
mix? Is it straight? It's a drink.
Depending on the
signature
day.
drink.
Depending on the day. Just
Oh,
like the
yeah, it
cast.
does
It depends
depend
on the day. What you
Probably.
get. You know, it might be straight.
Don
It might be
Julio
mixed. Yeah. It might be neat. A little pow. Shot o'clock. Yeah.
But we have mimosas sometime before the podcast for our people, but
For sure. For sure.
we lit so.
Definitely.
I think
though.
a little libation on the podcast.
I think it makes things more fun.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't we involve you in the festivities one time?
Probably.
The festivities.
Turn. Yeah.
Always involved.
So fun.
People are like,
It's fun here.
I'm at work, y'all. But I drink.
However.
It's so fun.
All right.
But y'all, we've come to the end.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness.
Is there
Um,
anything that we didn't touch on that you would like to touch on now?
I don't know about none. Y'all was asking some good questions. I mean, I don't think it's nothing for me.
Yeah,
You think,
make sure
Yayo?
y'all tune into the Sawcast.
Where can we
every-
find you?
We on YouTube. Like that's where we do
YouTube,
our
Spotify,
Apple.
Apple Podcasts,
Everywhere, really. Everywhere it's a
Yeah.
podcast, we there. So-
TikTok. People love us on
Oh
TikTok.
yeah, everybody loves us on TikTok. We be on
Our
there.
following starting to
doing
get
our little
greater on there.
the craziest
Yeah,
snippets we got.
Instagram. We on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah,
Facebook,
Sawcast.
it's Sawcast.
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 Yeah,
Make
but-
sure you put it all together. Do not take it apart because I think it's another one that's Sawcast.
Yeah.
But ours is all together. Sawcast. And yeah.
Sweet. Well, this has been a delight. I've been
Oh
having
my
a blast.
God. Thank you.
we appreciate y'all, man.
Getting to know y'all on a different level.
I know.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next time
Thank
on the Studio
you.
Source.